You are watching an Al Bear review. Cue the music.
What's going on? I'm here with the How to Get Away with Murder recap review. If you're new, be sure to subscribe, share, like, comment, all that good stuff. Last night's episode was, I don't know, like it was things happening, but I don't know if we're getting information to help us figure out who kills Annalise or how the show's gonna end. Like I don't know. I'm really lost. But I know what this show is never what it seems. This show ended with blood splattering everywhere and Asher showing up to Bonnie's house covered in blood. So we either know he killed someone or he was there when someone was killed. Now, me personally, I don't want to speculate too much. I can only believe that he killed his mom. That sounds rough and crazy, but considering the fact this episode, Asher was trying to do all he can to help bring his mom out of depression and, become family once again or whatever. And until they was having dinner and his mom said the prayer and she was just like, Lord, I pray that you forgive Asher for his sins. And I don't know, that shit, excuse me. It was just crazy. So he was like, what do you mean forgive me for my sins? What sins? And he asked her, does she still blame him for his dad killing himself, hanging himself, etc., etc. And I guess he spazzed out, he runs out, it seems like he's done with them. He goes home to Michaela. They have, I love you, I'm glad you never left my side, you my ride or die type energy, and then they have a whole sex scene. But I don't believe he's the one that killed Annalise. Like I say, it's never what it's about. So anyway, so I don't even know like this. So let's pick up with this show. This show to me was largely focused around Vic Solomon, Michaela's father, trying to, I guess, get in her life some type of way. So the show pretty much kicks off with Vic at Annalise's place, and Michaela and Gabriel, they hooking up, and Annalise texts her to, come over before class. So she does. And when she walks in, Vic is there. And she just pretty much goes off. She hates this guy with a passion, and she's pushing him away. And basically, she's just going through all of her whole life struggles. Like, don't apologize to me. Don't try to be here now. Like, I had to be in special ed because I was so afraid of the white people I was surrounded around in class that I did not talk. So they put me in special ed. Like, she had this whole list of things she went through as to, like, just leave her alone. Like, the relationship gonna come if it's gonna come. But anyways, she leaves. And so Annalise turns around immediately to tell Solomon, like, look, I did my part. It's time for you to cash in. I need to disappear, etc., etc. And so he was just like, oh, it's just like you like to quit things. And apparently she quit them. So we find out not only were they, working together, but they had a thing going on. And the trend with this show is starting to turn into Annalise and her messy men. Like, she has not dealt with a man that's not messy. So anyways, we'll get back on them later. So moving on, Nate and Cora. I didn't think about this at the time, but Nate had to be a damn fool to honestly believe that Cora, which is Tegan's ex, would not know who he was, especially after he introduced himself as Nate. So they go out on a first date to work out boxing or whatever, and he asks some questions about Tegan, or at least trying to. And she like, not on the first date. I'm not trying to talk about my ex on the first date, etc., etc. And somehow they go back to one of them place, and she basically telling Nate, like, look, you might well stop. what you looking for is wrong. Tegan's the good guy. She had nothing to do with your father's death. And he just like, how do you know? What did she get? How did she get the $500,000 bond investment in the Castillo's Laurel's company or whatever? And she was just like, that's a question only Tegan can answer, right? And so she pulled out her phone and she was just like, she said something today, she's like, do you want to go to tell Tegan or should I send her this recording? And she sent Tegan the recording right then and there. Tegan called Bonnie into her office and basically lay it out like, oh, you little snitch, you ain't nothing, you here for Nate. Get your belongings and get the hell up out of here. And so I guess for me, I had Nate, like, out of all the names, like, and I don't know if she would, like, I don't know what would cause her to remember who he was, but you come on, bro, but whatever. So all of this leaves Tegan up to pulling up the Nate crib twice. The first time to squash it and try to, get him to understand that I'm a good guy. I had nothing to do with your father's death. I have nothing to do with any of that stuff. Nate just won't believe it. He is head over heels that Tegan is somehow connected to the Castillos. And so he pretty much says he don't believe it. Tegan leaves and she turns around. She says, look here, dog. You keep going down this road you're going and I'm going to make sure you know what I'm saying, you get murdered. You feel me? It's like you coming over there to prove your innocence. Nah, I'm with Tegan on this one. Because the more and more I'm watching, and it wouldn't surprise me if they actually flipped this on, but the more and more I'm watching this show week in and week out, we find out bits and pieces of Tegan that's important. Like before she even went to go see Nate, it was either first or second, I don't know. She met up with Cora, and she was like, Cora, really? Nate? And she was just like, did you want to sleep with him? And she didn't answer that question. But Cora did say something interesting. She was like, I did what had to be done because there are things that you don't want him to find out. Now, what are those things that she doesn't want Nate to find out? I'm not necessarily 100% sure. But whatever those things are, I don't think they would necessarily link her to his father's death or working with the Castillos in any form or fashion outside of just being their lawyer. So anyway, she goes back the second time after she tells Annalise about it. Annalise like, I ain't got time for this. We filing a restraining order against the Castillos. And Annalise basically tell her like, look, I can't blame Nate. If you've been through what we've been through, you'll go down fighting because you don't want to be dead and not be dead. So I guess that got in her head. She went back over there to holler at Nate like, look, this is the step in the right direction. The first step to actually getting justice for your father, as well as gaining ground on the Castillos, and that's basically a civil lawsuit for wrongful death of his father. And I'm just kind of surprised that's just now coming into play, considering the way his father died. I know you gotta give people time to grieve, but that should have been the first thing that we've done, all that good stuff. So anyways, off of that subject, back onto Annalise. Annalise is basically working out, deals with Solomon to, hey, I'm gonna do all I can to help you get a relationship with your daughter, but you gonna do all you can to help me disappear. So he called his people at VIP Services, some lady named Lauren, and tells her that he probably got a potential client for her. And obviously these type to disappear, get passports and all this other stuff, this is an expensive process. I can only imagine. So basically he keeps his word. VIP Service near the end of the show delivers Annalise her passport, cell phone, and I guess debit card for some cash he kept his word. Now, in the midst of all this madness, this episode, let's talk about this restraining order. So Annalise heads to court. Solomon is in court waiting because, the Castillo's lawyer subpoenaed him. And it was just so fitting that they won the actual restraining order, because it was just as Annalise was stating in her, it wasn't even a rebuttal, but just going back and forth with Castile's lawyer, like, Mr. Solomon being here proved that they own a telecommunication company. They tapping my lines and knowing what the hell I'm talking about and who I'm talking to. And so basically, the Castile's lawyer called Mr. Solomon in to basically testify to some illegal activities that Ms. Keaton is involved in, which is basically VIP services. That's basically she trying to disappear. And it was just weird because as a judge, she allowed the testimony, but it was just like, I don't think that would have even flew in court in real life. Like, how the hell you know she talked? And at least owned up to it before he could even get on the stand. But he got on the stand, he answered a few questions, then he pled the fifth, and yada yada bang bang. So that was that. So and afterwards he because during the testimony, the Castile's lawyer asked Solomon, do he know that his daughter Michaela, and how the hell you even know that's his daughter? Like, it was just so much stuff that was popping up within the line of questioning that the judge should have just said, hell no, order in the court, hell to the no, order in the court, restraining order granted, and we gonna subpoena what y'all got going on over there, y'all phone taps and stuff like that, because it was just too weird. But afterwards, he goes to Annalise trying to play hero dad. What the hell you got my daughter in, and yada yada yada. Annalise put his little fake feminist rich boy, brother looking behind in place. She basically tell her, look here, dog. Everybody every woman see through all this bullcrap. You nothing without a strong woman by your side. You use Iris, you use me, you use this bro, you trying to use Michaela. Like, just get me my new identity so I can get the hell up out of here. So, after the court case, she called Bonnie, told Bonnie to tell all the kids and everybody to destroy their phones, etc., etc. So Annalise does have a plan. Now, what this plan is, I don't know. I truly don't know. But we're going to get into that in moments later. So, Vic, he tries to go to Michaela, tell Michaela, like, come with me, the FBI after you. Michaela just going to, I'm the baddest black I'm the baddest black woman alive. Like, I'm my ancestors' worst or greatest nightmare. She said, I Yale and I Middleton. I did all of this without a pappy. I'm gonna be president, Supreme Court Justice, CEO of some planet. She went there like she went into her bag of her being a superwoman without her damn daddy. She said, brother, here, don't come back right here no more. I don't need you. My life has been tough, but I've always made it on my own, and I'm gonna continue to make it on my own. So she pretty much kicked that to the curb. It seemed like her and Ashley gonna get back together, and so it's going in a good direction. Also, this episode, quickly, Frank and Bonnie, AK visits Frank to ask him, do he believe that she helped Laura? He was just like, that's just what I was told. She take his painkillers. Bonnie get him some more. He high. He want to go to Oregon. She just like, look, I ain't over Ron yet, but I'm not saying no. And basically, they trying to get back together. I don't know. But the more and more I watch this thing, it's like I'm starting to think, I don't know if Wes is alive anymore, but I hope he is, because that would just like leave my head blown. I don't know. But I'm starting to think that she's gonna fake her murder. Because I feel like Annalise feels as though the kids or the K5 and then Bonnie and Frank will be better off if she's gone out the country. She now has the resources to leave the country, and I know this is a simple answer. It's probably 10 times out of 10 wrong. But when I watch the show, I don't know what else I can draw from it. Like, they not giving us nothing to even predict what could possibly happen. So I don't really know. But that's all I got, man. If y'all feel like y'all know how this thing gonna end, y'all let me know in the comment section. We can chop it up or whatever the case is. But I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the show. Maybe y'all can give me some insight. And as far as Asher, I think he killed his mama or his sister. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Or Gabriel. Cause Gabriel ain't gonna give up on Michaela just like that. Cause Asher came up with the big daddy swear. He was like, Gabriel ain't the one. I'm the one, Michaela. I was like, that's something somebody black say, but I'm gone, man, I'm gone.